This episode is sponsored by Cyberlytica, combating fraud, account takeover, and information warfare. Get a free dark web password scan now from Cyberlytica. Use promo code Hacked Again. My guest today is radio host, author, editorial director, and president of Specialty Publishing Media. Peggy Smedley has 25 years of experience as a futurist and specialist in IoT, AI, construction, sustainability, infrastructure, and digital transformation. Peggy is an award-winning journalist, including the 2019 ASCE Excellence in Journalism Award. Her motto, "With great technology comes great responsibility," is clear in every one of her 700 episodes of the #1 digital IoT and digital transformation show that she hosts, called The Peggy Smedley Show. Her latest book, Sustainable in a Circular World, affords Peggy the greatest opportunity to help move the world from gray to green by shining light on future generations and inspiring innovation. Peggy, what keeps you up at night?
You know, I would say besides everything happening in this world, my dogs. I mean, my dogs, they want to go out. They're the ones who keep me up at night, Scott. So first of all, thank you for having me. I mean, it's kind of funny. They always want to go out, so they're the ones keeping me up at night. So I have to admit, I have 2 dogs, and you've probably seen pictures of them on Instagram. But, it's an interesting thing, our ecosystem, cybersecurity, things you talk about. We have a world right now that is so changing. We have to think about all the things that are going on. But it's a great time, but it's a scary time, because we have to think, what are we going to do to protect it for future generations? And that's the thing I'm always talking about.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, Peggy, tell us a little bit more about your book. It is a great read. And even if you could just share a couple of the gems in here, why you wrote this book, because it's so appropriate for the time period that we're living in this digital world, how it affects all our lives. It crisscrosses obviously into cybersecurity, as you mentioned, but thinking about even future generations, it's such a great read. Share a little bit about what the process was when you wrote this and who it's for.
Well, thanks for saying that. If you think about it, this is the first time in history we have 5 generations in the workforce. And when we talk about climate change, we talk about circularity, and we talk about all these different generations that are together, we have a very difficult time communicating the messaging. And so I really researched a book that says, how do we help these different generations understand? Because when we're talking about it, we all talk about it and we come at things from a different perspective. We're all socially engaged, the younger generations, baby boomers like myself, we all see things differently. But how do we get everybody on the same page to have a deeper understanding of everything that's happening, not just here in the United States, globally? We need to understand, since the Industrial Revolution, we have just been destroying our environment. And it's not by deliberately did we do it. We didn't even know what we were doing. I mean, we all want the latest and greatest. But we forget, by having the latest and greatest, our smartphone, everything we want, that expediency that we have, that we desire, has cost us, our environment. You even said it in the monologue that you mentioned about from gray to green. That's exactly what's happened. And so by doing that, we need to understand that we have to sacrifice some things. And so that idea of wanting things, that idea of wanting that great smartphone that we want to be able to communicate, is at an expense. So what does that expense mean? So that's really the impetus of why I wrote this, to get everyone to understand it. And when you read it, you understand those 5 generations that are in the workforce. What does it mean? How do we all come together? And then to take a deeper look about what the Microsoft way, the Amazon impact, all of these different things that have come into this confluence of disruption, this metamorphosis that has occurred. It changes our way of thinking.
Yeah, I love it. And you're making a difference, educating us, helping us. Hey, Peggy, where can people go and get a copy of this book? Can they go to your website? Can they get it on Amazon?
Amazon, you can certainly buy it on Amazon. You can get it. We have a website called Sustainable in a Circular World right now that you can get it, or at any of our websites that we have a bunch of different ones, connectedworld.com or the PeggySmedleyShow.com. Anywhere that you want it, you can certainly access the book. Certainly Amazon's books, you can get it as well.
Great. Thank you so much.